How many podcasts you been on?
Fucking this lockdown, too many. I've been on about 4 or 5 in the last week. No, in the last 2 weeks.
No way.
But I enjoy them because it's mad because I might just pick something up from someone on the other end of it, so it's quite cool.
Yeah, well, we still have no name for this podcast, so I mean, if you've got any suggestions, then feel free to put them forward. I literally just called the last one on the thumbnail was bodybuilding talk, so we might go with that, we might not, but we'll see.
Roll with no name, mate.
No name podcast, yeah.
Keep guessing. Let's go.
Right, guys, it's your host Dan with Jamie. Today we have a very special guest. We have, my coach and Jamie's previous coach, big man Jase. Jase, introduce yourself, mate. Give us a bit of a background. For everyone that doesn't know Jase, you've probably been living under a rock.
Yeah.
A bit of a background on yourself, bro.
So I'm Jase, online coach and competitor in the classic division. Prepped many of people on stage last year, about 60 who placed well. And just a lot of online general transformations and stuff like that. And had the pleasure of helping Dan now, and I had the pleasure of helping Jamie for at least 18 months, I would say, in a few stints. So it's nice to get back on the podcast with these boys and get dug into some interesting chats.
For real. And, Jase competed in the bodybuilding class a long time ago. I believe you haven't had a show outside top 3, have you?
No, 7 so far. That's my claim to fame.
And that was, I mean, your first show, you were how old?
I was a junior, but I did the open, and I walked out, and I saw Rob Taylor, and I said, "Fuck, let's go home." His first show, I never forget. He walked up to me, he was like, "You're right, kid." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm all right." You're free. Nobody. I still believe, apart from last year, that was one of his best conditions I've seen him in.
How old was he then?
How old was me or him?
Him.
I don't know. It was at least 4 years ago now, so I can't remember how. I think he's only 30 now or 31, so he must have been 26.
Shit, and how old were you? What, 21?
21.
Right. So how old are you now?
25.
Oof, bruv, we got me and you got to catch up, Jamie, Blad.
Got a lot of grind to do, bro.
And I mean, what made you come out of the bodybuilding class and go to classic?
So I've always had like nice lines, as they say, a small waist. And you know what? I didn't like the year classic first came out. They had a crazy weight limit, and I had to be too light to do it. And then last year they released the weight limit, and it was much heavier. And it's just a class that to me is the most appealing class on the market at the moment. And at the end of the day, I'm 6 foot, so if I want to be an open bodybuilder, if my aspiration is to turn pro, I'm very honest, I've got a very long way off in the open class. But I'm like, I think it's achievable in the classic class. So I'm basing off the last time I competed 40 months ago, I was 102 kilos on stage. On a good day, I'm 6'2". On a bad day, I'm 6'1", because it's done by height. So if I wake up and I'm 6'2" that day, because I'm like a centimetre off, I can be 108 kilos on stage. So there's no way, I've had a good off season, there's no way I've put 6 kilos on muscle, because that is a hell of a lot of muscle.
Yeah.
Even if I don't make the 6'2", and I'm just under and they put me down at 6'1", I'm then 104 on stage. Again, 2 kilos is a lot of muscle. I might have to struggle to get down to that weight, but when your aspirations to turn pro, you do what you need to do. And if you do turn pro, you then get an extra 10 pounds when, people say 10 pounds in the off season is not a lot. 10 pounds of lean tissue is a lot. And everyone's like, but bro, you're probably 106. And I'll be like, unless I'm like Sasan Harati's condition, I'm not ready. I was skeptical, do I do classic? And, I employ Jamie. So if Jamie says you'll make weight, I'm just like, you're the coach. But he believes I'll make 6'2", because he's just like, you can do a few stretches, like it's 2 centimeters. So this year we're planning for about between 104 and 108, so our safe catch, which, when I compare it last year, I was 102. I'm like, I'm not going to put on 10 kilos of tissue.
Yeah, man.
And it just appeals to me, man. The super, I admire the supers, don't get me wrong, but it's not, I don't want to be 300 pounds, not yet anyway, because it's just not functional for me. and traveling 3 hours to shows at 300 pounds, sweating in the car.
Fuck that carrying.
Mate, I'm sweating at flipping 213 pounds, bro. Like,
You got another 70 pounds to put on as well, so get used to it.
you joker. But that thing, like, God.
It's fun when you want to push up. Like this year in the condition, I put a picture up yesterday. I'm 120. You know, I've got 15 kilo off there. People be like, I don't, but I'm like, I do, because I hold it on like my glutes and my back. You never see me put up a rear shot. It's Instagram. You don't put up your shots that you carry the most fat in. So
yeah,
I know I've got a lot to pull off there. So when Insta says to me, bro, you'll never make weight, I'm like, if I'm truly conditioned, I will. So like, do you know Fabian Mayer?
No, should probably know him now though.
Oh mate, I'll send you a picture. And the condition he went on stage and in classic, and what he did to make weight, mate. You're absolutely.
Did he win the? Was he the Arnold Classic winner?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Who?
Bruv,
Mate, you were absolutely pure.
mental, crazy.
And I was like, I spoke to him. He had to be 104. I spoke to him a week out. He was 110.
Oof. Oh.
So, yeah. And you know, he said to me, he physically like killed himself. But now he's a pro. So.
Yeah, Fabian. Yeah, I mean, he's a freak. He's a freak, man. I remember watching the live stream of Arnold Classic, and I was like, he's just ridiculous.
Miles above everyone. So that's the reason why. But I'll give it a spin this year or next year.
Oh.
And then after that, I might be too big for the class because this off season was very different. Like we just ran 300 milligram of test prop.
Yeah.
But you know, no insulin this off season. Normally I'm a massive pusher of insulin. So just like what can we do to keep tight but still be strong and grow, which is a very different pro. Normally, mate, I'll be having cheat meal every day. I'll be loading up on jam bagels, Rice Krispies. Like my post-workout now is fucking chicken and rice.
Mate, it's so funny. I don't remember. I don't know if you remember the days where I used to train at LRF, and every now and then I'd come get you from the house. We go for a drive, get petrol, whatever. And I remember you having this big ass box of flapjacks, and you used to be like, "This is my whole post-workout."
I don't think I can eat like that anymore, though. It's mad. You get into you have to channel yourself to get into a zone in the off season to eat like that.
Yeah. I think post show though, so I don't think you were that deep into off season, but you were just exploding. I think you've done the same show as me. Did you do British Grand Prix?
Yes, that was it. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and then post show, I just remember you eating these flapjacks and literally just exploded. Mental.
Yeah, I'm quite lucky. I can eat shit, and my body just utilises it pretty good.
Yeah, for real.
So I'm quite fortunate. But no, we'll see. I'm going to do Alicante this year in 16 weeks. So.
Oh, Alicante, yeah.
Because I'm in a good position, we'll probably do interesting. I've never done under 16-week prep, but Jamie wants a 12-week prep, so we'll see.
But you're still like in striking distance.
That's what I was gonna say. This is the leanest I've seen you in an off season.
Which is it's weird. It's weird for me because I've never been this thing. I'm more like I said, I'm normally 8 kilos heavier. So it's for me. I'm like I've never. It's gonna be. I'm gonna gauge if a shorter prep's an easier prep, or if a longer prep's an easier prep for me.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
It's interesting. And like, I don't know, I do have like I said to the boys ages ago, I was like, shit, like that one time that me and Dan came to see you at LRF and you were both having a great pose. I'm like, shit, I think Jase is going to rock a classic, man. Your proportions are so suited for it.
Well, that's like, no one will ever hear me really say, I think I can turn pro, but on this podcast, I think I can. You know, and I'll never say it in the open. I think in classic I can hold my own if I turn up to the right show with proportions. And you know, for someone who's 6'2", I'm not flat. You know, a lot of this guys 6'2" in my class, they're stringy. Luckily I'm quite dense.
Dense, yeah.
So it's like Jamie all the time, like it's not will it happen, it's when. So I'm just like, mate, you pick the show. I'll just do as you say. I think I can, and I think if I do, I'll be all right in the pro class. Like. But we'll see. I don't want to get my hopes up, but you know, I built a big buzz going into that New Zealand prep because everyone would message me like, "Bro, you look really good." Like I had pros message me like, "What pro show are you doing?" I was like, "I'm not." So it was quite nice to get that recognition because I think when I started the prep and I said I was doing classic, everyone was like, But like I had the convo of you. You start dieting, then you end it diet, you look totally different. And I knew like my waist is small when I'm not dieting, but
mate. Literally, I'm having a head fuck the other day. I woke up, I was like, because obviously pre-operation, there was this one session, me, Jamie and Dan went to Crayford Weights. Now, obviously, everyone knows how good the lighting is at Crayford, yeah?
Yeah.
We're in that posing room. I'm eating front lat spreads, double biceps. I'm like, My waist really fucking small, man. I look at my front double that I think I sent it to you. If I haven't, yeah, I have sent it to you. I'm like, I think my waist got bigger, but then I'm like, no, I think I've put on a bit of body fat. I'm not as lean. Also, the lighting's different, but yeah, I just shitting myself there.
No, it's just when you've been in off season now, like a long time, so you won't really see it till you diet. Like it's interesting for me because this is the leanest my waist has been starting to prep. So it should be interesting, but no, like I'll be honest, I've run 20 IU at insulin pre and post workout.
Jeez,
it doesn't blow your waistline, and I can tell you that I've run insulin 20 IU pre 20 post with growth hormone. Growth hormone insulin does not blow your waist out.
Yeah, you reckon it's just genetic and food?
It's just genetic. It's just if you force feed yourself and push your natural gut line, you're gonna fuck your shit up. Like Jordan says all the time, he regrets pushing up 300 pounds.
Yeah.
When you push that waistline, it's irreversible. But it's just like I don't know. It's a placebo effect. People say should they wear a belt? I always personally wear a belt. Just I can't train without a belt. There's no benefit, but I always wear a belt and stuff. And I think when you diet, you'll realize that shit, my waistline's still there.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. I think obviously learning how to vacuum as well will help a lot with controlling the waistline.
I can't fully vacuum, but I can half vacuum, but I can feel the effects of like my midsection always braced and tight when you hit the pose. And I think everyone, male and female, should be practicing that personally.
So one day, yeah, when I meet you on stage in the overall and I hit a vacuum and you don't, is that the decider?
No, because my arms will look jacked from a front double because I've been putting so much gear in them, so it'll be all right. The secret, bro. Everyone says to me, like, Jase, your arms are gone. I'm just like, man, just start dabbing my arms. No, they just say it's not a secret. It's like when you jab anywhere, the body part's inflamed, but where the tricep head's so small, your arms just look bigger.
Yeah, for real.
I've never ever pinned my arms.
Oh, mate, it's you do it once, you'll never go anywhere else. It's like
easy.
So small, it hurts, but it doesn't hurt. It's like, but your arms feel full because they're inflamed, so you feel like the man. But
listen, with the cycle I'm currently running, I'm not pinning my fucking arms, bro.
Mate, no, I did it first in Dubai. Because this is the first time I use injectable windstroke. First time ever, and that was like, whoa. That like, I'd put that in and I'd be like, 24 hours later, I'd be like, fuck, I can see it in vein. And then I started there, and I came back and I was like, just keep pinning my arms. So I don't pin my glutes ever.
Yeah.
I just don't get on. I just react bad to it.
I've got as you know, I've got an ongoing issue with a glute. It's a bit of a lump that comes and goes.
Just do like tricep head, delt, rear delt. If someone
does
rear
fine. I've never done arms.
Try rear delt and tricep, but don't go above 1 mil in your tricep because it's so small. But rear delt is very you don't really feel.
I remember first time I jabbed the rear delt. I mean, first of all, I put a blue in all the way. Yeah, I put it in here, mate. I put a blue in all the way.
Only orange, man.
I hesitated. I was like, oh my god. So I called my dad up. My dad had to finish off the jab, but he's so heavy-handed, so he's just pushing it further and further into my arm.
And I ran out of blues. I used the green ones.
Oh, fuck that, man.
Oh my god.
I'm putting a fucking spear through your arm.
Oh, yeah. I was on prep. I was desperate. I used the green. I'll never forget that. I felt it for I remember doing a green in my shoulder. I was like, I can't move my elbow.
In your shoulder?
No.
Yeah, it was horrible.
No, that's not clever, bro.
But in your
can I just say, everyone that's listening to the podcast right now, please don't do that. please don't do that.
We're sharing our experiences.
Yeah. Don't be having greens in your flipping shoulder.
I hold nothing back. I come on these podcasts and I'm just like, yeah, I've done this, and everyone looks at me. I'm like, well, it was free spoken.
Yeah, that's what we want, though, man. We like that. That's cool.
When I jab my delts, I use a blue. That's normal, right? It goes in the whole way.
Blue's fine. Blue or orange. Orange is just such a small gauge. It goes in smoothly, but if the oil's too thick, you'll be there pressing for a long time. So blue's like a happy medium.
No, I think orange is the way for delts, man. For real.
I go in the whole way with the blue in my belt. It's fine.
Yeah, blue or orange, just not green.
Not green.
No, that's not wise. I mean, How? I mean, I don't know. You don't have to answer to crazy.
I'll answer everything.
Okay.
I hold nothing back. I hold no secrets.
All right, calm. In that case, obviously, you know my ped use. You know the kind of doses I'm running because obviously you decide them. So, I mean, what kind of, if you look at obviously the level I'm on and the level that you're on, in terms of like you're going to go for a pro card, and I'm trying to win a PCA show sort of thing. You know, where are your gear cycles at with Jamie? How hard does he push them, or like prep?
What I said, it's not necessarily higher gear. I'll say exactly what it is, but I'll say it's not exactly higher gear, but it's more advanced gear. So someone like me, you know, I'll be running Prima Bowling.
Yeah,
yeah.
Which is sort of more for advanced users. Because again, if it's real, it's £6 a shot.
It's impossible to get, right?
And it's impossible. I'm lucky because I'll go to Dubai, bring back all my gear, blah, blah, blah. So it's £6 a shot. And even when I go Turkey, and, you know, Turkey is cheap, it's still £4 a shot. Over 10 mils, it's 40 to £60 a bottle. And when I'm running Prima, I'm running 600 milligrams. So
yeah, because you have to use at least 500.
Run more. You have to run more. So, you know, at one point my Prima was about 600, which is you know, I think Primo's better than Tren personally.
Really? I don't know if I agree with that, man. Tren is wicked, man. This is
less side effects to Primo as well.
Less sides, mate. Like typically, I haven't. Don't get me wrong, but I do know people, you know, pros, bikini girls that when they get put on gear, females get put on Primo firstly because the sides are so low.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard.
No, so my test has never been above 900 ever, because my nipples will just blow up.
Yeah.
I don't have any gyno issues or anything, but if I go above 900, I can tell. All right, we're pushing the limit. So my cycle is it has gone up to about 2 grams, which was probably 900 tests, 600 Primo, and 600 EQ. So that's like 12. That's 2100. So in that sense, but on the back end of prep, you know, I use, as I said, more advanced gear. So Primo at 600. I think Trem was 100 or 150 every other day. So that's like 600 milligrams. I'm talking Tren A, not Tren E.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, and then stuff like injectable windstroke is that's advanced gear.
Yeah.
That is. I've never seen injectable windstroke ever.
No, it's white. It comes in the bottle and it's white.
Just ultimate shreds. Might just in my forehead. I'll have a jawline, everything.
Mate, it's literally, I used it this year. I think I put a picture up of my leg when I was in Oxygen Gym. Like, I was sitting on the duct and I put a picture up of my leg. I was like, mate, everyone was like, your legs are like roadmaps. I put one picture up of my leg.
I remember that photo.
Yeah, and I looked down and I was like, fuck. So, yeah, what I was saying is the dosage isn't too high. Like, so at the peak of my dosage, probably about 2 grams. Yeah. But now, at the minute, it's 300 milligrams of test prop.
Is that
it's weird. I get stronger on a cruise than on prep, which is very... But I did a video with Gav Gibson yesterday. Did the 70 incline for 15 reps. Been on cruise for 4 weeks. So I actually get stronger when I'm cruising for some reason, but my recovery is slower.
Do you think that's because, obviously, a lot of people will be like, oh, your receptors are full because of all the stuff you're putting in. Do you think your body just goes, you know, if the sink is kind of half full, it can utilize gear more, you know?
Yeah, that's what I feel is. I feel like my body just knows there's only this much gearing, so we need to utilize every bit of it.
Yeah.
But the only thing I do suffer with is my joints and you know, my lower back tends to hurt a bit more. That's the only thing. So yeah, peak of my cycle probably 2 grams, just over. And as I said, more advanced gear stuff like Primo. What else? Primo and Winter will be the 2 main things, which I'm like, those 2 things I've used over the last year. I'm like, these are really advanced. And, you know, GH has been pushed to 6, 8 I used, but it was too much. So happy spot for me is like 4. I knew it was too much because I was walking around, my feet were swollen. Yeah. That weren't really comfortable. So it's not the level of dosage, it's what you use pretty much.
Yeah.
What GH do you use?
Genotropin, Geno. I swear by Geno, because in Dubai I get it over the counter. So if I get it here, I just like to stick to the same brand. I have used Lily. Yeah. I got really well. I got on really well with Geno, so I just try and keep Geno in as much as I can, provided I can get it over here. So like in Dubai, in Jamie's fridge, he messaged me the other day and said, "Bro, you left 2 Geno pens here." I was like, I didn't even know, because like when I'm on prep, I'm like, let's get everything Like, because I don't ever want to run out.
Yeah,
I hate running out. You miss a jab, you feel like shit.
Stress worrying about it. Yeah.
Troping, I swear by Gino, proper Gino anyway.
But going back to getting stronger on a cruise, like I wouldn't say I get stronger on a cruise than I do on like an off season, but I find I can get quite a bit stronger. But I think that's because it takes a while for the gear to actually leave your system.
Yeah, it's still in your body eventually, and I think subconsciously you're like, I need to work fucking hard.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's been times where like I've gone in the gym on prep and I've been like, I had a shit session. I don't think I'm on gear, but your brain's like, nah, it's fine. But in the off season, like every session needs to count.
Yeah, definitely.
It's go time.
I think it goes one of two ways as well, because when people go like off or they cruise, I feel like a lot of the time either they work harder to make up for it,
or they turn away.
Exactly, or they just completely bitch out.
You know, I say to people, you don't necessarily need to work harder and beat your list. Even if you just stay like this, then when you put gear back in, you're going to go here. But if you go like here, and then you got to put gear in, you're just 2 steps backwards. So I say to guys, all right, don't fucking try and beat your list. Just match your list. If you're 1 rep short, in my eyes, you're still matching that list.
You're still matching, yeah.
Because you might not match it in the rep, but you might have performed it better. So it's not off season. Like right now, I'm like, I'm not going to do back squats, or you know, I'm not going to do. You just got to be a bit smarter with movements when you're cruising.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But RDLs, I don't put them in at all anymore, because when I'm cruising, I do them. I'm wrecked for days.
I love an RDL.
Yeah, I hate it. Like I'm strong at it, but I hate it. It just cripples me.
You got crazy strong, man. You were doing like 240 RDLs, like fucking chicken nuggets.
I'd do that and I wouldn't leave the sofa for 10 hours. Like it was like like you get to a point where you find the reward ratio is not as great. Like you'll probably have a movement, you're awesome at, but it kills you, and it's like the reward ratio that great?
Yeah, first set of squats, I'm fucked. If I do a set of squats like balls to walls, I'll literally need 5 minutes before back off set.
Oh mate, I'm gassing. Like I used to love a back squat. The minute my move now is, I think it's very underrated as safety bars squats.
Mate, safety bars are unreal. I've got that programmed in at the minute.
I done it the other day and my knee just went fuck off. I hated it.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hold the rack at the minute because I'm just like, it kills me, and I'm just like, let's see how much load we can get. I know, but I think safety bars are going to play a lot. Safety bars are going to be in a lot of people's program because it's a movement I've seen a lot of people adopt over lockdown, because it's people are just realizing, like, if it weren't lockdown, Jamie, you probably wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, but you realize in lockdown, you're like, this movement's actually really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like the weight distribution, perfect.
Oh,
as
mate,
you come down the whole way through, it's just so much less shearing pain down your spine.
Nothing down your back. That's why I like it. Nothing down your back.
I've done it. I thought my
safety bar walking lunges.
Walking lunges?
With the safety bar. Brutal.
That
sounds like A&E, mate. That sounds...
You get creative in even though I've had access to the gym the first 2 weeks I didn't. I just got a bit creative in lockdown.
Yeah.
Walking lunges safety bar.
I was telling everyone that I did 10 by 10 GBT. I didn't do
that. I knew it. I knew it. I saw that post. I was like, there's no fucking way. There is no way.
I got to set 4. My lower back was like it got beat with a bat. I was like, no.
I actually done one. I've done one GBT squats, and my lower back was done out here.
I literally did one GBT session as well, and I was like,
yeah, everyone's admitted. If you're a bikini girl and you can do it, fair play, I respect you. But I think anyone as a male that's heavy for their frame is a no-go.
Yeah, lower back just goes bye-bye.
Yeah.
Who do you think next year competing, or this season, what amateurs do you think are ones to look out for? It can be in physique, it can be in open, classic. Who do you think's bringing it? Because obviously everyone, you know what it's like. Next season, everyone's going to be like, oh, I'm going to win this show and I'm going to get my pro card and I'm going to do this.
We're talking amateur, yeah?
Yeah, so who do you think is a threat? Obviously, like people like Jamie, Dan Bastick. I'm looking at them, man.
Dan is very good. He's very driven. But I think he's having the year off, so we won't include Dan. But he is very good. He's developed a lot. He's thick as fuck. Yeah. Classic. I'm always going to say Jamie because the kid's a freak.
He's ridiculous.
But I'm only going to say, I'm very honest, I'm only going to say in the classic class. Who have I got winning the British at 2 Bros this year? got to be Moody.
Oh, man.
Got to be Dan Mahmood.
But man, he was crazy, innit?
I see no one beating Dan Mahmood if he brings it.
He's so wide. Across the top, man was crazy, bro. He's out
crazy.
here.
Legs that come up, his waist small, his back come up. So I think bodybuilding overall, Dan Mahmood. There's some good guys out there, you know. Joel Ballinger's always pilled, you know. But I got my money on, and also who's going to look good? What's his name? Is it not Mark Coles? What's his name? Coles. Can't remember his name. He's prepped by Al Naki in Oxygen. He was prepped by Jordan last year. Did Spain come second in the Super?
Not Josh Cole.
No, how can I don't know how I can forget his name. Mark Joyce.
Oh, yeah.
Looks crazy good, but I have enough overall. Like when I break down Moody, I'm like proportions, condition. Like he just looks like a complete 2-1-2 competitor. Which so that's my pick. Men's physique. I don't know if you know him, Tyler.
No.
He won the 2 roles in March. He's pretty much won a lot of the shows. Tyler's very good. But class, you know, the only class that's really appealing to me, I enjoy the classic class. But, you know, I do think there's a gap in that amateur classic division now. You know, when John Lofthouse did it, there was John, there was Abu, there was a lot of guys that are not competing this year. So I say to my guys, I'm like, it's very open.
Yeah. Prep starts tomorrow.
Huh?
I'm joking. I said prep starts tomorrow. Cool.
No, the classic, all divisions I feel are open because of everything that's happened. A lot of people that would have prepped haven't prepped. A lot of the big names I spoke to, they're not really prepping. But no, my pick for amateurs that will stand out this year is Moody, or if Jay does classic, but at the minute he can't because he is incarcerated, let's say. For a few weeks. He's just not. He's not available to prep for a few weeks. So we'll see what happens. If it all goes well, he'll be on prep.
Yeah.
Mad. So hope he's all right.
Yeah, no, hopefully he is. But if he is allowed to prep, he'll be very hard to beat. But again, he's got to make a weight limit. You know, he was 83 at the British. He can be 86.
He was 80.
A lot of guys, I'll say 3 kilos of muscles, a lot of tissue. But you know, he's doing his first rebound, so
mate.
He could put 6-7 kilos. He's a freak.
He's mental. His waist is tiny. Proportions mental.
When I say rebound, I text him and I said, "What was your test?" It's 1 miller test. It's just a freak. So, no, but it's wide open. But that's the fun of bodybuilding. You know, the people we're listing now. It's like when Moody competed, no one knew who he was. There's always someone that will turn up that no one knows who they are. You know, no one knew who he was. He came out the blue, won the show, won the overall. Everyone was like, "Who's this guy?"
Yeah, I love that. I love it when that happens.
But no, I think it'll be very quiet this year. But next year, I think will be the best bodybuilding year we see because a lot of guys will be double teamed, certainly. And you're back, so.
I'm back, man. I'm fucking buzzing. 3 years.
Are you nervous to transition into bodybuilding?
Bro, not even. You know, I think, believe it or not, the most thing I'm nervous for is if my waist stays like men's feet. If my waist stays men's physique size, which I think it will, then I'm calm, man. Like,
yeah,
I'm calm. Like for me, it's just a stepping stone. I believe that over the next 6 months of growing, that I can be competitive. That's just how I feel.
I say to everyone, you know, like I had this chat with Jamie when, if you don't mind me saying, Jamie was on prep and he was like, "What about this person?" Jamie will tell you my attitude is like, focus on you. Just bring your best and let the judges make the decision. That's all. You know, if you look back and you're like, "I was better than last year," you're on track. If you look back and you're worse, then fucking sack.
You're not on track.
The thing is, though, with me though, I think in hindsight, looking back on myself, I don't think I was good enough. Like, I don't think I would have placed.
But I say this is crazy. You never know how good you are till you stand next to someone. You know,
exactly.
We don't put our worst pictures on Instagram.
Yeah,
this is true.
You know, if you get on stage and you're not as close, it gives you that reality of how close am I.
Yeah.
So like I used the PCA British as a juniors as a stepping stone. Mate, I see I like him a lot. I thought, fuck, I used to see, what's his name? Lewis, Rob Taylor prepped him, Lewis White.
Yeah.
He's a freak.
Pictures of him, and I was like, Fuck.
He's prepped by Ben Chow now, I think.
Is he?
Yeah, he's not with. I don't think he's with Taylor. I
Oh,
think,
that's Dean White. That's Dean White.
that's
Lewis,
My
do like I saw
I
pictures
know
of
you're
him.
talking about.
He looked phenomenal. He did look phenomenal on stage. But I was like, this kid's giving Jay a headache. But then Garrick, who's prepped by Cuba, turned up absolutely peeled.
Yeah, he looks fucking ridiculous.
In the flesh, I was like, I stood with Cuba and I said, fuck me, I think Garrick's got this, you know. And Jay got moved at the last minute. So it's like, you know, you can't, like, because no one that I know had him in the mix, really.
Yeah.
Due to Instagram. He come out on stage, I said, this kid is absolutely good.
The thing is, he's not massive, but he's just got lines in all the
Mate,
right
his
places.
lines are phenomenal.
Right, who are we talking about?
Pierce, he's called. I'll show you. You'll recognise him.
He come out and he had an immaculate tan on that day as well. Like, I take notice the thing that I was like, his tan's perfect. So no, like you don't really know till you stand next to someone.
Yeah.
Which is always good, but you know we all want to.
I always say this, yeah. Always say this. Imagine, like, extreme standard Olympia stage, yeah. Imagine someone qualifies for Olympia, first ever debut, yeah. And I'm not talking about people like Regan Grimes. I'm not talking about people that are very well known.
Yeah.
I'm talking about just normal, not normal, obviously, but obviously good bodybuilders. They're going to make their Olympia debut, okay? Now, fucking had to go stand next to what would have been Phil Heath, bruv.
Yeah. Crazy.
Like, do you know what I mean? They're going to be like, oh, no, I have to go against 8-time Miss Olympia Phil Heath. He's better than me. But you have to go stand next to them, you know?
Yeah, no, you have to. No, everyone puts external. Mate, me, I put a lot of pressure on myself. Like, I've got a big following. I've got loads of clients. I'm like, I have to deliver.
Yeah.
You just, you know, you naturally put a pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't, like, as much as you're on prep and you're like, I want to fight this pressure. Mate, once that pressure gets to you, you're like, don't get me wrong. I've had it. I've been like, fuck, I need to smash this show.
Yeah.
You know, I've got external eyes looking at me. I need to lead by example. So everyone gets it. And once you get that external pressure, you can't really stop it, you know. So it's hard. It is a hard place to be in, don't get me wrong. And I think it's a topic that's not spoken about enough because a lot of people, you don't expect it, then it just hits you. And once you're in that slump, you can't get out of it. Fuck, all these pressures on me. It's hard topic.
I can't imagine what it's like, man, because, like, I've been obviously posting, checking photos that I send you on my Instagram. And people, like, I haven't got a massive following like you have, but people are messaging me who I don't know if it's saying, you're going to clean up on stage next year. I can't wait to see you. I'm like, Jesus, like, I'm just trying to get there.
I had many people messaging me, you're going to do this, you're going to do. So you're like, all right, everyone expecting that. So what happens when you fall short? All them messages are, oh, bro, you should have placed higher. Yeah. Mate, I'd rather not get any of them messages and just enjoy my prep.
Yeah, I'm the same.
No, or last thing, like I did a show NABBA in 20, whatever. I come third, fair play, whatever happened, they happened.
That was a weird fucking show.
Weird. In my eyes, I've never said it was a weird show, but it was a fucking weird show. And mate, I had more messages saying you were robbed. And you know what? I was like, I'd rather just no one put that pressure on me.
Yeah.
They were still all right. I learned a lot from it. I learned that I'd never do that federation again.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It was spooky, mate. Like the whole thing.
What show was that? NABBA when?
Southeast. The way it was last year. Was it last year.
But no, it was interesting. Like you just learn each prep, like, you know, but the external pressure is a lot sometimes.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Mental.
That's what I think I did. That's where I went wrong a little bit.
No, but you know what will happen now? You'll get to that point now and you'll be like, you'll know how it feels to have that pressure, so you'll just be better at dealing with it.
Yeah.
You know, like I know 4 weeks out, like I'm never like prep don't get to me where I'm rude or aggressive. Like you see me, I did fucking check-in day at like 4 weeks out with the clients.
Yeah.
Like I'm never rude. Like I know 4 weeks out, I'm a bit short in my vocally. Like I'm not rude, I'm just short. I don't say much. I'm quiet.
Yeah.
Like I'm just reserved. So now mentally, I'm like, you know, 4 weeks out, I need to make an effort to be a bit more. So you just like learn every prep. Like, oh, this is how I might be, or this might cross my mind.
Yeah.
The more you do
my first prep, I was such a prick. Like,
mate, it happens, and you just learn how to deal with. You know, you don't know, you know what to expect.
Yeah, I love a prep. I love the suffering. It's great. Let's go.
See, when you're in prep, you love it. When you're out prep, you miss it. When you're in off season, you hate it. It's vice versa.
Yeah.
You do it so much though that eventually it becomes second nature, and you know how to switch off with it.
Like people like Jamie prep, like it's like I
Nothing.
look at him like it's normal, but the geezer's done like 20 odd shows, so it's just like normal.
That's a joke. That's mental.
A lot
He's
strong.
What was it?
surely, is he 212?
Mate, E212, non-biased, probably biased. I think if he does the show he's going to do this year, I think he'll go to Olympia.
Yeah, that's what I was literally about to ask.
You freak. You're a freak, mate.
His legs are mental.
He's a freak in the sense of his. I've trained with strong people, but he's strong from minute 1 to minute 60, which is a different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
Like, he'll do 6 plates on the hack squat. He'll do 7 plate on the Smith squat, then be like dropped at every plate, and I'm like, what?
So okay, we're gonna talk about a controversial subject now because I feel like it's quite a big stigma in the bodybuilding scene. So obviously, like being Jamie DeRigo and yourself living out in Dubai, you're living that bodybuilder lifestyle, right? So you're able to eat when you want, sleep when you want, train when you want, drive when you want, do anything when you want, right? So what my question is to you is, if you're someone like, obviously, who can't live that lifestyle, someone like me and Jamie, who we can obviously control how much food we eat, our diet, blah, blah, blah. Do you think it's optimal for us to be training legs at 10 o'clock and then legs again at flipping 4 o'clock, or legs at 10 o'clock and arms at 4 o'clock?
No.
Then, so I've just seen people doing it. I'm like, am I doing something wrong?
I see people at an amateur level that are doing it. It don't make sense to me. Like, you should be building muscle. Like,
build fucking muscle. You know, it was very different for me because it was like you are borderline classic. So it's like, you know, you kind of got to refine the muscle you've got now, or you're going to outgrow this class. So people don't ask me why am I doing it. It's because, you know, legs, push, pull, frequency, heavy load is going to build super muscle. For me, it was like, no. Let's not do that and build any muscle because we're borderline. Let's refine what we've got.
That was
my muscle maturity, literally, just building thicker lines and.
That's literally refine it. But no, is it optimal for you as an amateur in the UK? No, because people don't see. I had physio every night.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I get physio every night. I had I'd train, I'd sit down for 2 hours. I'd have 2 meals. Like, I wouldn't move. My step count was under 1,000 a day.
Yeah.
I think the issue is people do it because they think it's like the cool thing to do because all the pros are doing it.
Why does Jamie do it? Because Jamie was 2 weeks out to 212 at 226 pounds.
Yeah.
He can't progressive overload because he's just going to grow. So he's like, but people don't see that. They just see, oh, he's training 2 a day. No, he has to.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he's not trying to put on muscles. Because that second session, essentially, it's a pump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? So,
I mean, I walk out my first session, I'm fucked. Like, I can't even see.
Without a doubt. But, you know, people see 2 sessions. Mate, the second session is about 35 minutes. It's not like people are not seeing what the session's like. They're just like, oh, they're training twice. Mate, the second session's a pump.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, anyone under 25 that's an amateur, get strong. Before, you know, people, when I was 128 and I was my strongest and I was squatting 6, 7 plates and benching, I got there by doing legs, push, pull, taking a rest day in between and doing legs, push, pull again, taking a rest day and not changing my program.
Yeah.
Or not, like, I didn't give a shit what, like, people come and train me, like, let's do this. I'll be like, no, mate, it's legs, push, pull.
Yeah.
And I'm still a massive advocate for it. Like, at the minute I'm doing this, but there will be a time and a place where that comes back into me. If you want to grow, get strong at the basics, you know, do flat bench 1 week, incline dumbbells the next week, get strong at them big movements, and you will grow. There is no way you will not grow. But I think people want to, you know, they see what Rob Taylor does. Why does Rob Taylor? Because he's borderline of his weight limit, you know, so he has to just refine what he's got. So, you know, when guys are 21 and they're doing 2 a days, and I'm like, bro, you probably shouldn't because, you know, you're not using real pharmaceutical GH. You're not recovering. You're not getting physio every day. Or you're not sleeping enough. It's, you know, I sleep on the way to the gym for an hour, then train, then sleep on the way back, then go sleep at night. And, you know, everyone was like, fuck, it was my most progress I ever made. I said, no, it's not. It's just my body adapted to something I ain't been doing. I could have done fucking CrossFit. I would have changed the way I look.
Yeah.
So my advice is anyone young, just do the basics and just get strong at them. Get absolutely strong. Until you can overhead shoulder press 2.5 plates, you can bench 3, 4 plates, you can squat 4 or 5 plates, just chase that as a goal.
Yeah.
When I was wanting to do the open and I was getting to 128, all I cared about was going in the gym and being the strongest person in there. And literally coming out beaten. And I was religious to a lot. Like, I would not train if I didn't have my logbook. And I think a lot of people change because it's boring. It's the boring way to train, but it's the most efficient way to train.
I love it, man. I think people get, if you're a bodybuilder and you want to actually get somewhere, you have to be willing to do the basic stuff. I mean, if you look at Ronnie and Dory, and they've done the same stuff for their whole career.
It's the whole thing. Bodybuilding is boring. It's not meant to be fun.
If it's not broken, like, you don't
fix it. That's why people don't. Like, this is the first time I've actually been asked, Jase, why do you do it? Like, no one asks me that, and I'm like, when I say, like, I'm borderline, people like you say, oh, I kind of understand why you do it now. But if I had my way, I'd be progressive overloading every fucking set. That's what I enjoy doing. So it's people need to realize, like, to get strong and dense, just get strong. I've never seen someone that can bench 4 plates with a small chest. I've never seen someone that can squat 5 plates with skinny legs.
Yeah.
But I've seen someone that can leg press for 50 reps with small legs.
Yeah.
So just get strong. No one, I don't.
His name's Jamie.
Okay.
I've never, you know what I mean? Like, I've never seen someone put 3 plates on a tricep dip with small arms.
Yeah.
That was my theory when I was doing it. I was like, I've never seen someone press the 70s with small shoulders or arms. So it's like, when you look around the gym, the guys pressing the biggest weights are typically not the biggest bodybuilders, but they're the most chunkiest people. Even in power, they're chunky, they're dense.
Yeah.
So I say, like, when I trained, you both wasn't, get strong, mate. That's all I said. Get strong, get strong, get strong. Recover, get strong. If you're injured, if you're sore, rest, get strong. It's very basic, but a lot of guys are looking at the experienced guys that have been bodybuilding 10, 15 years and wanting to do what they do.
That's exactly it. And that's what I see a lot of the time, just scrolling down Instagram, seeing people training twice a day. And it's just like, I don't understand what you're doing.
Like, I'll be honest, I do not do it in the UK. I've not done it on UK soil because I'm not in the environment, for one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So people are like, oh, you do it? I said, yeah, but I come back to the UK, I don't bother doing it.
Yeah.
And also, if you're trying to grow and you're training twice a day, you've got to overcompensate on food and probably bang out another 900 to 1,000 calories a day. It's just...
The difference is, on prep, you can eat more because you're burning a bit more. So people don't ask that, like, oh, you're still eating a lot of food. Yeah, but I am training twice a day, so I am burning more. But if you're doing that in the off-season trying to grow, no. Have your fucking 600, 700, 800 grams of carbs, smash a meal in and sit down and don't... I remember I used to eat my meal, I used to be like, I want to do 50 less steps today and just move less.
Yeah.
I'm seeing guys in the off-season 20k steps and 2 a day, like
20,000 steps.
Oh, that's like you're bedbound, but that's like normal for humans.
20,000 steps in an off-season.
I had someone check in last week, like, did 40,000 steps. I said, what are you doing? Where are you walking?
Walking up a mountain and back again. Fuck it.
But no, I've typically picked that up with people that work like security.
Yeah.
Their step count's crazy. But I think the average is like 8,000 a day. I see a lot. But no, there's one of the guys who works security job. He said like 40,000 steps. I said, what are you doing?
Sit the fuck down.
No, if you want to grow, eat well, not eat shit. Eat well to fuel your workouts, get strong, and also prioritize recovery. If you've got a niggle, rest. But I used to be like, if I got a niggle, I'd be like, no. I used to have a mindset. What was my mindset? Some sessions better than no session. No, it's not. Rest.
That's my leg training gone for like the next.
Mate, I used to be like half a session better than no session. It's not just rest.
Mate, I'm so scared about my knee, bruv. I have to go. I'm seeing someone on Saturday. I'm like, please just fix it. I can't live without a hack squat, bruv. That's like the end of life. Do you know what I mean?
It's brutal.
I think that mindset depends on the person, though, because a lot of the time people distinguish like a tiny little niggle where they could train as a way of just getting out of the session because they don't want to train. So I think there's the mindset there as well that you need.
Yeah, no. You know when you've got a niggle and you can and can't train, we all know that. Like.
Yeah. But a lot of people will use that as an excuse. Like, I've got people that do it. I've got clients that do it. And it's just like, mate, like, you're fine. Do you know what I mean?
Warm up for 10 minutes, you'll be sweet.
Yeah.
No, but it's depending on how strict you are to your goals, you know, so.
Yeah. And I mean, the goal for you, Jase, long term is Olympia stage, yeah?
Whew, I'd like to clean it.
Clean it. Oh, both. Let's go.
No, I don't know. My main goal, the only goal I had this year was obviously to do New Zealand. Unfortunately, I don't get upset about things. I'm like, it is what it is. It wasn't on. Fair enough. So my goal is just to showcase my physique in classic and, be like, this is a class I want to do. I'm doing what makes me happy. This is where I want to sit. And to show everyone will like, mate, too big. I'm starting the prep at 120 opposed to 128 in the best condition I've been in. So it's just to get there. I would love to turn pro. If I turn pro, I do think I could snag a top 6 in the show. Who knows? Could go there on points, but I think winning an amateur show in classic is very achievable.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then what goes from there, like, I personally say there's not much there's not much difference between the amateur and pros, in my opinion, from watching a lot of amateur and pro shows in classic anyway. Because it's still weight limited. It's not like, you do the opening pro, someone's 50 pounds heavier. It's all weight limited. Someone can only be 5 pounds heavier than you.
Oh, yeah, shit. Yeah, that's clever.
I mean, it's not that the only real difference I see is condition.
Yeah.
But no, that's the goal. Alicante, prep will start in I'm on a cruise now, so prep will start in 3-4 weeks. And hopefully, I might do a little series. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Do it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Road to Alicante, the last episode, me 15th place on stage.
Mate, Road to Alicante, last episode is everyone on the beach getting pissed.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That's my goal. Let's see. It's just I've never not been in the top 3, so in my head I'm like, it's no different to any other stage. I'm like, let's just give it the best and see, and hopefully the start point should reflect a good end point. 12 weeks is, if I go 12 weeks.
I'm so itchy to get back on, man. I'm dying to get back on stage, man.
Dying. You won't miss the stairs when you got an hour.
Yeah, that's true.
First time this prep I ever used the stairs.
No, I'm not missing the stairs. I'm missing the stage.
No, you're missing the stairs that get you to the stage.
No. No one misses the stairs.
The unlimited staircase.
Mate, I remember the Stairmasters. My first ever prep, I did it. So I ain't doing no stairs. Jamie was like, yeah, you're doing it. You're doing it an hour. I said, okay.
Initially, when I come off my prep and I started with Cuba, it's just like the only cardio you should be doing is stairs. I was like, fucking hell.
Which is funny you say that, because I had the illusion, Cuba's a massive advocate for stairs. Jamie, in my head, I was like, no, the stairs flatten my legs. The stairs flatten me off. They're so hard. They're so taxing. Yeah. My legs look the best ever this year. I was doing an hour on the stairs every day. So, yeah. And they were the most leanest they've been. So now I'm, as much as I hate it, I'm an advocate for the stairs, because hard stuff fucking works. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit and say, the stairs is easy. The stairs is fucking hard.
Probably grows your calves as well.
Bro, I was doing the stairs. I don't lie. I do 30 minutes, take 5-minute break, do 30 minutes. This is the way I got to do it.
Yeah.
But no, I'm like you, what Cuba said, do the stairs. At first I was like, no. Then I was like, shit, it's the best thing I've done.
Yeah.
I actually like
only one where I sweat like a bitch, properly.
Yeah.
I like the stairs. I think they're great, man. I enjoy them.
Yeah.
Sadistic, bro.
No, they're horrible. Yeah, 60 minutes on most of them on the stairs, so it was quite nice, because I always typically got away with doing incline walk and stuff. So kept cardio the whole off season now, pretty much down to 20 minutes. It's helped just with my food. But after that, I'm just absolutely ravenous. Got any cardio in now, Jay?
20 minutes a day, except for leg day. And 8K steps. It's low. It helps with my digestion, to be honest with you.
What is that cardio on at the minute? What machine?
Just a bike at the minute, because it's what I've got at home. 130, 140 BPM. So I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Say that again, sorry?
You set your appetite up for the day as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good way to start. It's a good way to have that routine, to get out of bed, do the cardio.
Just carry it over. By the time your prep comes, you'll probably be doing 10 minutes and then taper it back up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going into a clean-up phase now, because I've got a little bit too fat. I'm going to tidy up for 6 weeks.
Oh, but I see you put up a most muscular, I think, and I was like, fuck you. Because you know me, like, whoever I work with, if they move on to anyone else, I say, I'm very complimentary. I'll be like, bro, you look good. Because I'm very aware in the sense of the only way you get better, I say it to people, is by moving on. I work with Rob, I moved to Callum. I mean, the
Yeah.
only way you learn what works by moving. And I said to you the other day, I didn't say just see the picture, I think today or yesterday, most muscular. I was like, fuck, across your top line, like your delts and traps, you look really good.
Thank you.
I think one of the first things I said to you after you left, I was like, mate, Cuba's going to be amazing. There's a lot of people are like, no, I fucking hate you. Believe me.
That's the thing. Like there's no hard feelings. I think it's important, like you said, to learn from multiple people because there are multiple different approaches.
The Ashes had oxygen. This coach, you only know Matt Jansen. You only know what works for you when you change, and like, this works or this don't work, or
It's not even that. If you look at it from a coaching perspective, obviously me and Dan are trying to aspire to be coaches in the long run.
Work with as many coaches as you can.
Exactly. Learning
as many training plans as, mate, when I wanted to coach, I had Ben Pekulski's training plan, I had Jordan Peters, I had Milosavic's training plan and his gear protocol, and I looked at it and I said, there must be a typo in here. It was crazy. No, but
his insulin protocols are crazy, isn't it?
Crazy. You're the first man that I learned insulin from, and now I'm going to tell guys how to do it. But no, if you want to learn, research everyone who you aspire to, or someone you're like, fuck me, they're client. Like I said to who was it? When I saw Cuba's clients, I was looking at all their legs like Kamara, and I said, fuck me, everyone's legs are like smashed. I said, mate, Cuba, you need to give me a leg plan. I need to see what you're doing. People are just too stubborn to ask for help, or even now, like I help a lot of guys. I'd be like, Callum, what do you think of this movement? I still ask people now. I don't fucking know everything.
By Callum, you talk about muscle mentors, right?
Yeah, mate, people don't work for 3 months.
Yeah,
I was using all the bands.
Yeah.
He had me on banded pendulum, which I feel was one of the best for my leg development. And the bands took the pressure off my knees. So that's something I've learned from him.
Yeah.
So many things working.
Oh,
I think someone just
just went full on robot mode.
Yeah, I heard robot as well.
Jase, cool?
Yeah, I'm cool.
There we go. All good.
Calm, yeah. I heard C3PO, blood.
No, so yeah, learn from everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like who was my first coach? My first coach was Hisham. Then I went to Rob.
Yeah.
Wait, who was before Rob?
I was before Rob with someone called his name was Davide, State of Change on Instagram. Basically, he was basically the way it works is I worked at Fitness First. He worked at Fitness First. And,
mine was similar to that.
And he was he put me on the maddest cycle ever. Literally, like those coaches that just abuse gear too bad.
Yeah,
mate. Foreign coaches abuse gear. They got no regard for health.
Jase, listen to this cycle, bruv. Are you ready? I was 18, mate. This is how I got gyno, by the way. Okay, I was 6 weeks out from a show. Okay, I was running 800 megs of test, 400 megs of Mastron, 400 megs of Tren, flipping Halo, Winstrol, T3, Clen.
Halo's like deadly as well.
I was 18, man.
Yeah, fuck that. Halo's strong.
And the worst thing is, he gave me the ADEX, and he just said, if your nipple hurts, just take one.
Just take one.
I use ADEX all off season, man. I'm very much like, a lot of people are against ADEX, but I'd rather not have gyno.
Yeah. I like ADEX.
I can see a few post people anti-ADEX. I'd personally just run a bit of ADEX. I personally like to run a bit of ADEX.
Like 0.5 every 3 days or something.
Yeah,
we love it.
Obviously, you've had the guy now and whatnot, but obviously it's all healed now, so that's good.
Man, I can't. Okay, so I'm not one to whine and moan and be a bitch, yeah, but when I done that show at British Grand Prix, I'm backstage, I'm thinking, you know Ross Allen?
You were killed.
You remember Ross? Remember Ross Allen?
Yeah.
I'm backstage, I'm talking to Ross. He's like, you're the most conditioned person on the stage. I'm like, are you joking? He was like, no, you're fucking peeled. I was like, okay. I'm not being mean, man. Because of my gyno, I got beat by people who didn't even diet.
Yeah, no, it's just that's the way the game is, man. Some federations like PCA bypass it, which I think you could because it's a part of bodybuilding, man.
Yeah, but it's gone now. But, you know, it was a very hard moment for me when I come off stage. I was back. You know what it's like, Jase? You're backstage. You're preeing up what's going on. I'm looking around. I'm like, fucking hell, I'm sharp.
You kind of size people up like, yeah, got that, got this.
What fed was this again?
Like, I never expected to win. I knew Ross was going to win. But personally, I did have myself in a top 3, top 5 finish. And then I come off stage and I'm like, some people beat me, didn't even diet. And then obviously I find out it was gyno. I was just so vexed.
What federation was this?
UKB. Gyno is a no-go in that federation.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, without a doubt. But no, any other fed now you can have gyno and get away with it because it's part of bodybuilding. Is what it is.
Jamie,
Even pre-roll. I'm a little bit concerned. I don't think it's gyno.
Once you've got a little, like I've got a little lump that's never visible. Once you've got a little ball or lump that's in your head, you're going to be over paranoid.
Yeah.
I used to be on prep every day, checking Friday. Jamie, I got gyno. Be like, no, you ain't. Bro, I put a picture up. He's like, has anyone said you got gyno? No, he's like, you ain't got gyno.
Alarm every 2 hours. Every time you eat. Jamie, do you need some more Adex in that? Yeah. Can't.
Yeah, no. I think cable goal line is very good. Cable goal line is good.
Prolactin.
Yeah, cable goal line is good. But no. No, it's at least you're recovered and you're back on the mend.
Yeah.
Or mended.
Tell you what, like, this is what most people don't understand is I had a 4-week off period of recovery. Then the first day I went back in the gym was the day Boris shut the gyms. So I was like, I walked in there gassed, mate, pre-workout, get under a Smith squat 200 kilos, I'm fucking gassed. I sent you the video. I was like, I'm back. Everyone's fucked. I'm back. Game over.
Yeah.
Everyone leave the gym right now. I'm fucking everyone up. And then I get home, Boris is like, gym's shut. I'm like,
you know, when you think about it, it's been fucking like 40. It's been a long time.
yeah, February the 20th, I had it done.
Oh.
So it's now.
Yeah, March the 23rd, the gym shut.
Nah,
When they shut, I thought it'd be 3-4 weeks. It's actually crazy.
It's 14, 15 weeks, bro. That's a whole prep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah, man. Right, Jase, I've got some questions for you.
Yes.
Some general stuff. Nothing mental. Had a quite a good discussion. Right, let's have a look. Oh, don't taste it. I mean, this is quite a busy one. I mean, this is such a simple question. You can answer it in one line. Do you think competing will happen this year? Obviously, everyone say yes, because...
Yes.
A bit more detailed one. Now, obviously, I think this is directed towards, obviously, you and me, because I've gone from physique, which
Yes.
to classic. You've gone from bodybuilding to classic. Question is, now you're going the classic route. What did you change, if anything, in your approach to bodybuilding?
Nothing. It's the same.
Yeah.
You know, if you're... I'd put Chris Bumstead in a light heavyweight class and he'd win the class. It's the same.
He
It's the same with
he turned pro in the open, didn't he?
Exactly. It is the same in, you know, there was a guy this year, what's his name? Asian fella. He comes second to John Loftus. He did the open and won it in the British. You know, Michael de Bull. And so then like I said, my approach was different because of my weight limit. So that's irrelevant. But the approach from classic, there's no change in approach. It's train the same, your diet the same. It's not, just the name of the class is different. Like I say, you put Chris Bumstead in an open class, maybe not as a pro, but as an amateur, he would have still won an amateur show.
Yeah. Right,
You
so...
put Rough Diesel in an amateur show, he's still winning shows.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
Right, so we've been on for an hour now. We wanted to ask you, like, obviously for people like Jamie and myself who are wanting to get into online coaching, we want to build brands, we want to build our social media presence, and anyone that is watching the podcast, we want to kind of get your tips and your advice for someone who's wanting to build an online coaching business or, you know, build social media presence?
So like yourself now, content is king.
Right.
Content is king. Content keeps you. There'll be some posts I do 8 posts a day, and I don't care who it pisses off. I'm like, it might for 5 people, but it might attract 8 people to my page. No, content is king. In, you know, I used to be like, I won't put this out because, you know, my followers won't like it. But now I'm like, I'll put this out because it might engage 1 or 2 people that I'm trying to attract.
Yeah.
So just be organic with your content. Don't worry about who it pisses off, because people don't support you, they're going to leave. And eventually people that want to be interested will see it. You know, and, you know, I used to be like, oh, this photo didn't get that many. But, you know, if you scroll, like, if you scroll down my page now, it's, you know, if you want to build a coaching brand, your page is your catalog. It's your fucking Argos catalog.
Yeah.
You go on my page now, I could take online coaching out my bio. It's client, client, me, client, client, me, client, client, me.
Yeah.
Your Instagram is your catalog. So Instagram is the biggest free marketing platform in the world. So like, if we get my Instagram post, client, client, me, and I don't care if I put 8 posts of a client all day, because essentially I'm trying to attract clients.
Yeah.
I don't care if it pisses off Gary that trains at the gym, because I have no interest in you. So, you know, don't ever second guess what you're putting out, you know. And when you start these things like these podcasts, it might get 50 views. That's fine. Don't give up at that, because that 50 views will turn into 55. You know, I'll post this, then one of my followers might follow, and they might say, these guys are cool. So it's just about being relentless in what you put out and not caring what the masses think. Because I used to be like, no, I can't. Like yesterday, the other day, I put out 8 posts, and I said, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
No, 8 posts were then 8 inquiries, because it's like, you know, you need to market your page in what you want to attract, you know, and then just find your target audience. Because I thought, you know, when I started, I was like, I could help everyone in the world. Like, I can help males, I can help a handful of females, but I know who I can and can't help. So don't think you can help everyone. But if you get 10 clients, write out. So I know now, the way I do it is, I know, say if I got 10 clients, my majority of clients now are anyone between 19 and 25. So all my marketing is towards people 19 and 25. So I don't really put a lot of females on my page, because I don't, you know, 20% female. So I just focus on what I'm attracting and try and work on that.
Yeah.
You know? So my clientele now is typically junior bodybuilders and first timers. Those are my biggest market, because I put a lot of guys in the first time show. So it's like, look at who DMs you, look at them and be like, fuck me, you know, these last 10 inquiries, write down rough age of them, write down what do they do for a job, then you'll work out who you're trying to attract.
Yeah.
So when you're starting out, obviously it's different for me now, because I charge a premium price now of excess amount of money per month. So if I want more clients, I look at what's their job role, because what's their disposable income if they can afford me. You know, so it's changed for me. But, you know, look at, you know, if you're getting 10 inquiries from 10 kids 19 to 25, don't then market, you know, transformation for women. No one's interested.
Yeah.
I mean, and then it will soon follow suit. You know, 5 guys in that age range will get interested. Then they'll tell their mates, because you'll realize very quickly these podcasts, only people that are interested in bodybuilding talks are listening to them. So that's your market audience. So focus the whole fucking podcast around that.
Yeah.
I mean, don't then go off topic one day and be like, we're going to do a lifestyle podcast. No, because no one cares. They're engaged in what you're putting out due to this. Or like when you're doing transformations, like Fast Lifts, who our client, he's lost a lot of weight. I put him out. I get guys who need to lose 30 kilos messaging me. So in that sense, you need to be granular in the market you attract and what you want to attract, because then you can market towards that. You know, if you're doing challenges towards that, even the way you word it, do you want a summer body or something, you know, because you want to market towards people that want to get lean. You know, so I say very detailed in the transformations you're putting across as well, and the way you just word stuff.
At this point in time, obviously, where me and Dan are probably in a similar position, we have worked with clients, we've had transformations, but we don't have tons of them. Would you repost the same transformations, or what would you?
I would repost it over time, because end of the day, no one, like even me, no one cares about my Instagram that much to be like, oh, you fucking posted that 8 months ago.
Yeah.
People got thousands of followers. They're not going to remember my post 8 months ago. Like sometimes I post, like I'd look at a picture of you last year, I'd be like, or G, I'd be like, oh yeah, let me post it. No one knows when it is, but just don't double. Just use it, recycle it. It's like Throwback Thursday. Just recycle your pictures at the end of the day, because it doesn't matter if you've done it that week or, you know, next year. You still got that person in shape. Like, it's still your work. So be as proud of it in 10 months' time as you was when they formed that transformation. Why wouldn't you remarket it? It's just your work. You know, fucking guy who did Picasso still talking about that.
Yeah.
It's your work. So don't be afraid to remarket. That's what I said, because in your head, you're thinking about the masses. You're thinking, you know, are people going to think? People don't think like that, because there's thousands of followers. Like, I'll be honest, they don't remember your posts from half the time off a week or two. You know, it takes something to jog their memory, or if it does jog their memory, it's like, fuck me, Jamie got that person in shape. He might be good for me. So, and it's just a case of, I'm quite fortunate because I've got a large client base now. So obviously, like, I can put out transformations for the rest of the year. But it didn't start like that. It's just like, over time, it's just like, keep plodding away, and then just track everything you do. Just have a folder on your phone, transformations or halfway, because, you know, so you've got that transformation right now on your phone, and you probably market it by posting it on your page.
Yeah.
There's no reason why you can't market that better and fucking tomorrow put an Instagram story and be like, you know, I call it call to action. So you put an Instagram story up, Tom lost 30 pounds. So that is your, you know, that's your lead. Tom lost 30 pounds. And then you've got them engaged and they're like, people want to know how. Then you're like, Tom lost 30 pounds eating Cocoa Pops. The next one, if you want to lose 10 pounds on a flexible diet, you know, people get engaged and they want to know, fuck me, he lost 30 kilos. How did he lose it? How can I do it?
Yeah.
People only care about them fucking self.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you say, no, it's called call to action. So put a lead up, get people engaged. Tom lost 30 kilos. How did Tom lose 30 kilos? He lost it by doing a flexible diet, only 20 minutes cardio. If you want to be like Tom or make that DM me, they've seen Tom's progress, they've seen how he's done it, and they're like, fuck, this person can help me. So it's actually, like, people don't realize I do a lot of research in marketing.
Yeah.
You know? And the ultimate, like, results are key, but it's also about who's the best marketer.
Yeah.
You know,
I get that impression, man, because I remember that you know, that transformation challenge you done in the Dubai thing.
Yeah, it's marketing, mate.
Like, it's so well done. I'm thinking,
it's just marketing. I'll do another one. It's literally like, if you get results, it's like, all right, 10 other PTs got results, so how can I market it different?
Yeah.
That's all it is, you know. People got different methods. Yours could be the podcast. Kuba's got a massive following from his YouTube, you know. So I've got mine from the video challenge. So you just got to be like, fuck me, these 10 guys, you know, 10 guys similar to me, but what are they doing? You know, because Kuba did IGT videos, and I was like, no, I'm not afraid to say it. That was a fucking good method. I started doing them. Yeah. Before I knew it, I was getting clients like, mate, that was such a good idea. Or not clients, said, that's a good IGTV video.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I sit there and, you know, I get up on a Sunday, but I really can't be bothered to do this video, you know. That's what I'd say to myself. Be like, I have to do it because, you know, it might just help that one person. Like, I gathered a few sign-ups. I saw Kuba do it. I said, this is a great method. You're a good coach. I'm going to try this. I tried it for like 6 weeks on a Sunday. And, you know, each time I did it, I said, I was like, all right, I'm getting more interest from these. Because they're really great methods.
Yeah.
And you don't, like, we may sound stupid sometimes speaking into the camera, but, you know, it's like, you don't know how many people that resonates to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I sent a broadcast out yesterday, said, fucking, guys, you know what, resilience, we've all been in lockdown. But I was like, that's a 30-second voice note. I didn't know how many people, like, I appreciate that. So don't be afraid to put things out, because it might just help that one or two people and that you don't know. And my following jumped up by IGT videos because people send them out to their mates. You know, people getting tagged that don't follow me. So just, like, have a don't give a fuck approach in what you put out. If it satisfies you, that's all that matters. But don't think, oh, I've reused that a lot.
Yeah.
You know, just put out, just keep putting out, just be organic and just keep putting out, you know, in that sense. And no, just, you know, draw people in the way, like, you know, get the lead going. You know, people want to find out, how is it achievable? And they want to know, can I achieve it? That's all they really care about. What can this, like, when you sell a service, what can this person do for me?
Yeah.
You know, and at the end of the day, like, I say this to a lot of online coaches, don't fucking market to bodybuilders if you can, because end of the day, bodybuilders pay the same as a lifestyle client. but there is more lifestyle clients out there than elite bodybuilders.
I also think every bodybuilder is an expert. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, no, like, hey, between me and you, in like the next 2 years, I don't want any bodybuilders. I don't want none. You know, because in my head, like as a businessman, when I see the pool of, you know, we all do this for a cash flow. When I see the pool of cash flow, I'm like, there's this many lifestyle clients compared to bodybuilders.
Yeah.
So I'm like, my marketing now, if you go on my page, I can't remember the last time I really actually posted someone with a trophy.
Yeah.
People see people with a trophy, they're like, that's not achievable. They see Deborah down the road, these 10 pounds, they're like, maybe that's achievable. So I learned very quickly, I will always help a certain amount of bodybuilders because I enjoy it. But I was learning, if I wanted, when I took my brand, like, because it's suddenly like, within 6 months, everyone was like, mate, you're fucking putting out 3 transformations a day.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I just learned what, you know, I looked and I said, no, I don't want to market to bodybuilders because there's not enough bodybuilders, but there's enough, you know, Tom, Dick, and Harry's out there. So learn very quickly your clientele and who you want to market to.
Yeah.
I think that helps massively. Then you can get very niche in the way you market. Now, since I started doing classic, I'm not going to sit and like, it was also a business move. Now, all of a sudden, I've got like 10 classic guys this year. But that's how, you know, when I think of a prep, to me, I don't think, fuck me, I'm like, I always use a phrase, it's not about, it's about the process, not the end product.
Right.
You know, I do a prep, if I can gain 10 client transformations or, you know, 10 guys that want to compete in classic, to me, I've won. I might not win the show, but I've won en route to the show. So that's why when you're on prep, I'm always like, document it, because people want to be like, fuck, this guy's in the off season, and now he's lean. They just want to know the process and, you know, it's achievable for me to do it. So no, you just got like very niche in your finding your market and who, like once you know who you want to market to, like exactly who, it's much easier.
Yeah.
Because like when you first start as a coach, you're like, fuck it, transformation for everybody. I was like it, mate.
Yeah.
Well, I knew it, mate. I was doing check-ins. I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, you do check-ins. Now, you know, some check-ins I get up and you know, everyone does it. There's some they pick up before others. You just enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, when I was at like helping everyone, now I like at a consultation, I'll be very honest, like, be like, vegan, too much stress, won't do it. When I first started, I said, yeah, I'll help you. But now I'm like, no, too much stress, I won't do it. But it's nice to take them on and cater to know you can do it. But now I'm very selective. But no, just find your niche and market and don't care who it affects, because if you're worrying about the opinion of others, they're not putting cash in your pocket, they're not building a business. And I you know, I got out that trap very quickly. Because I was like, no, people ain't gonna like me, they're gonna follow me. I was like, I don't really care anymore.
Yeah.
It's a bit like, you know, people down the road. Like, I've got a lot of lifestyle clients now, and I prefer it because they do sometimes, but they rarely second guess you. They just follow it because, you know, they're like, this guy can get me in shape.
Yeah. This is what I was saying, like a lifestyle client will just listen as a poet.
They value it, and people like, mate, you don't. Someone said to me today, you don't really post your bodybuilders. I say no, because it's not the market I want to really do, unless like, you know, the clients I got now I'll do, but I don't really market to bodybuilders, like just bodybuilders. I'm like lifestyle clients, get in shape in lockdown, or you know, like I say to people, there's more genetic average people than elite. Bodybuilders are elite sport and extremists. There's not many of them.
Yeah.
So the talent pool is very low.
Yeah.
So just find out, mate. Like when you get your next 10 inquiries, be like, drop down their age range, drop down look at their page, what are they into, and you'll find out very quickly. You'll be like, fuck, okay, these are the kind of people that look into me, and then market, and you know, just market in like your media, not like on camera, but do it. I've used the same poster for transformations like 3 or 4 times. No one really cares. They just care what can he do for me. Yeah, they don't care what, you know, fuck. No one said that's the same poster, but all right, you can do a 10-week challenge for me, sweet. So yeah, no, it's just body, like obviously you need to have the background, but once you've got the background, it's like PTs, mate. Everyone's a PT. So what separates you?
Yeah. This is the issue. I think this is what I was saying in our last podcast. It's so easy to become a personal trainer, but
mate, it's, you know, you got to be a great fucking marketer now.
Yeah. Because the exam is a piece of piss. Like anyone can pass that, and it doesn't mean anything.
And get put on rejuvenating fucking PT courses. So if you want to be the best PT in your gym, know everyone on the gym floor's first name. You've built that repertoire already. Oh, fuck me, knows my name. They know your name. Well, not everyone, but you know, if you want to market to that sort of clientele, you should know everyone in that clientele's name on a first name basis.
Yeah.
You know, anyone you're working with or sign up as a PT, they should be getting a training plan for free. You know, because when they're not with you, they're like, fuck, this guy's, you know, he's pretty good. He's, you know, people want value. They want to feel like they're getting value.
Yeah.
Well, people say, Jase, you didn't need a fucking website. I say, I know I didn't. I was doing fine without one, but it's a bit of value there, you know.
Yeah.
People want to see transformation, they go on my website, you know. IGTV videos, they give you a bit of value. And that's all it is. Like lockdown with PTs, I say, if you're an online coach, give out a whole workout because you're giving additional value. People in this world want something for free. So the more value you can give, the better. Like if you've got clients now on the broadcast, the same way yesterday I sent a 30-second voice note, it touched 100 people, I got messages, I really needed that. But it's adding value that, you know, it costs you nothing.
Yeah.
So, you know, now I think last week in the broadcast, I put anyone who's got a cute question, send it back, I'll do a Vimeo Q&A answering it. Just adding that value to your client. So you want to, don't undersell yourself and give too much value, but every now and then you want to remind them, you know, I'm giving you a bit of value for free.
Yeah.
No, everyone's fucking PT, so it's like, how can I market myself better?
Yeah.
It's the hardest bit.
Were you ever, did you go straight to online coach or were you a PT as well?
No, I did PT, man. I've done my days of fucking hard graft on the gym floor.
Yeah.
I wasn't a great PT. I didn't have loads of clients, but then I knew this ain't the market for me. So I was PT and I only had like 5 clients.
What gym did you train in?
Rookie. I only had like 5 clients. I was like, maybe I'm not meant to be a PT. Let me try online. Then online just like it was quite slow. Then it like in the last 12 months, it's just gone like
Fire.
Sky high. It's like it was my full time. It's what I do every day.
Yeah.
You pretty much exploded, right?
Yeah, no, I don't say this bragging. Look at my page, I get a lot of results. You know, I'm not the best fucking online coach out there. There's a lot of things with my service that ain't the best, but you're not going to be perfect to everyone.
Yeah.
The position that I found I was in, obviously prior to lockdown, before everything shit hit the fan, I felt I was so busy with my PT that I couldn't. I mean, obviously anyone can find the time to put into the online coaching, but because I was on the gym floor 30, 40 hours a week doing PT, I was just fucked. I didn't want to sit on the laptop.
Then you need that mental break in your time or you get exhausted.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, all right, sweet, you did 40 hours on the PT, but then, all right, you're putting into online, but are you really putting in as much effort as you? That's what I found when I was PTing last year. When I actually went fully online, I was like, shit, it's finding a balance. But then I was at a point where I don't want to disappoint my on-floor clients, but I don't want to disappoint. And I was like, you know, sometimes you've got to destroy to rebuild. You've got to kind of sacrifice to make gain, in a sense. And I was like, you know what, I'm not doing no floor PT. No, at first, it's not all fucking glitz and glamour. It's not.
Yeah.
We're the first one to tell you that, mate. There've been days when I started off and I get no sign-ups from them.
Yeah.
But like sweet, there's 2 ways. I either carry on or throw in the towel. But just carry on. You know, now I'm very fucking fortunate in a sense, but you know, it's just, like you got to find that happy medium. Maybe not do 40 clients and dedicate 5 hours to PT and 5 hours to yourself, because you need to break yourself. Like it's the most exhausting thing I found was, you know, being on the gym floor and then not having a break and then doing online clients. It was like and it's, you know, you go and train. Mate, I didn't want to train. I got to a point I didn't like training, so I'm doing too much. I'm training people. I'm doing online diets. So, you know, I'm answering questions about training. Then I've got to train myself. That's why I have a coach. I don't want to think about diets. I do not know my macros, and I don't want to know because I don't want to think about my own diet. I just want it on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's why even when Jamie said go single body part, I didn't question it. I was like, I don't want no control. I just want to be told what to do.
Yeah.
You know, that's why some people still have coaches because it got to a point that, mate, I resented training. Like I program with clients and I'd be like, no, maybe I should do that for myself. And I was just like, no, I can get people in shape. I can get myself like 8 weeks out, but I can't get myself in shape.
Yeah.
Your mind just overcompensates. So I say all online coaches get a coach. Because, you know, there's things you can take from that coach and learn. Because that's all it is. You're just learning from other people.
Yeah.
It's the game. And yeah, just the key to it is fucking. I tell you, once you get that client, it's just marketing. Who's willing to be the biggest market? It's like BMW and Mercedes, fucking exact same company. It's literally like that. Everyone's a PT. Everyone's an online coach, but you've got to be like, how can I be a bit different?
Switching the topic. How is the new car?
It costs a fucking bomb.
It was how much? It was £80 to fill up.
Yeah, well, I've done probably about £120 in 7 days.
Oof.
It's not a cheap car to run it. It's not a cheap car overall.
Is it rapid?
It is rapid. It's like the M4, but with much more size. But it's comfort. You know, I drove to Luton to train with Gab 2 hours. It was comfortable. The M4 just wasn't practical anymore.
Yeah.
In comfort, in fuel cost. That fuel cost was a joke.
Yeah.
The petrol station every 3 days.
If you drive that car normally, then is it practical?
No.
Like if you don't drive it, like
no. Just not a practical car. Like it's re 700 brake and 4 litres, and it's just like it just wasn't. It was you'd put your foot down, you'd nearly go through the wall. It just it wasn't practical. But I had that. This one's a bit more. This one drinks a lot, which I didn't expect, but still 4 litre petrol, but it's more practical.
Yeah, it looks nice, man. It looks cool.
Oh mate, it's full of water bottles now already. So.
Be my fucking car. It's just full of monster cans.
Oh mate, and it's like when I'm on prep or drive to shows, I just need to be in comfort as well. So no, but costly to run, costly to afford.
Yeah.
By no means. But
Swinging in the whip. It's a nice one though, man. It's really cool.
No, yeah, no, it's nice. I personally think it's nicer than it before. It's the nicest one I've had. A luxury car it's like brand new 69 plate as well, so it's new.
Did you order it in custom to you?
No, so I got it off the ex-manager. So the only person that drew it's the manager, and I was like, when I heard that, like, the manager's gonna have every gadget, isn't he? Because he's a manager, and like it's got a fridge in there. It's a joke. My pre-workout, it's got like the little fridge. It's got so many, like it's got the wireless charger port. I just put my phone on the side, it charges. It's just like, I'm like, it's a bit surreal. All the lights change to the moods you're in. It's fucking,
man,
like, it's crazy in that sense. So no, it was the ex-manager's car. That's why it wasn't meant to be much more, but then because the ex-manager's been drove, it's dropped. It's only like 5,000 miles.
Oh, well.
So it's good in that sense. But no, so I've always had BM pretty much, so I don't know what's next.
Did you consider getting a Range Rover that?
No, I did. My plan was to get a Range Rover before then. I got there. My budget was actually for a Range Rover Velar.
Yeah.
Only 35,000, and fucking somehow I ended up with something that was 61,000. So it was a fucking big.
That's not terrible for a Velar.
Because it's monthly put in, put out. So my budget was like £600 a month. That car's £900 a month. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that is mad.
I just walked in, I just got sucked in. I was like, I just got a fucking, like, I'm just like, well, people don't understand. Apart from like what you see on Insta, I don't actually do much. You might see me out for a nice dinner, but them photos, there's 10 different photos there. Like this lockdown, I've not spent any money. I've done nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Remember, Instagram, you post your best moments, but no, Monday to Friday, I'm in my house, I go to the gym, I go home. But people don't see that though. So some people be like, fuck, you do this? I'm like, no, I do. This week, like last week, I left my house to go KFC. I didn't do nothing, do you know what I mean? So in that sense, I was like, all right, it just makes me like, when I spend on something, I'm like, all right, I need to just keep that standard of work up or work harder and shit like that. So it was kind of like, and plus I'm 26 next month, getting old. So I was like, it's a present for myself sort of thing.
Yeah.
Man says getting old, 26.
Getting on, man. Getting on. That's why my knees are hurting.
Don't say that, man. I'm no, I can't have this.
What are you, 24 now?
Yeah, 24, man.
Going on 30.
Going on.
I'm going to slap you so hard, Brad.
Going on 40. I see your diesel.
Slap you so hard.
What did you say?
Baby, man. Huh?
You had Big Guns diesel yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Good. I got a question. I want to see Jase's opinion on this because Big Guns had a very valid opinion. So what is your opinion? Jamie knows what's coming.
Guy, man. Yeah.
Everyone that comes on this podcast is going to get this question. I swear to God.
Let me ask the question.
No, leave it out, bro. Leave it out. What's your opinion on SBD sleeves, right? Do they help? Do they help or do they not help?
I don't use no sleeves.
Done.
I don't use sleeves. Fuck sleeves. I don't use sleeves.
SBDs, do they help or not?
Yeah, they do help.
Bang!
Nah, they don't, man.
They're an aid. They're there for. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I've used no. This whole time I've been training, I've used no elbow wraps. This whole like lockdown, I've been doing the incline bench. I said to Gav, we filming tomorrow. I said I'm packing my elbow sleeves. I'll get a few more reps, like elbow sleeves and wrist wraps.
I love
a joint though, but I don't think that helps you. If anything, it just takes the pressure off the joint and.
Yeah, no, I think it's more mental aspect as well. But no, I've not actually personally used any SBD products.
Yeah.
So my opinion,
if they genuinely helped, then why would they be legal in a sport?
Yeah, no, they don't. They don't help. They aid the movement, I think, but not in the sense of it move. They don't fucking move weight for you. It's a piece of fabric.
Yeah, true. Anyway, that's the mandatory question. Everyone that comes on.
Why does Jamie use SBDs?
Yeah.
Always, man.
Oh, that's fine.
They keep my knee in place, man.
Oh, that's fine. You know, as long as it allows you to move low.
Yeah.
Can't wear them on stage though.
Yeah, that's for sure.
No, I like. I think someone's at my door. I like singular wraps personally.
Oh, Big Guns wasn't happy about wraps, was he? He was like, wraps are cheating.
No, they are. That's why I like them. I'm not gonna lie.
Load up
with wraps.
Like 3 more plates to sign, man.
Do it for the Instagram, yeah. Wear wraps. Mate, I normally wear the wraps and then put a hoodie on so no one knows I'm wearing wraps.
Okay.
You'll see the video yesterday. When the video comes out, I actually didn't have a hoodie. Normally, if I do a top set on Instagram, I put the wraps on and put a hoodie on so no one knows.
So all those times, yeah, we're benching like 180 for 10 back in the day at RF when Padge was spotting you was reps.
Yeah, wraps under the hoodie. That's tactic.
Mate, I'm going to wrap up. Watch me bench 150 for 10.
Hey,
Mad.
I've got a couple questions.
Go for it.
Let me get them.
Question 1. I'm not even going to go into that. I'm not even going to fire those shots. Okay, give me one. Give me one. Just give me one. Give me one allowance.
Go on.
All right, okay. It's not a question, it's a statement.
It's fucking Bully Manza podcast.
My calories are too low, please.
Your calories are never too low.
Oh, man. I'll be winding up today.
Don't get me wrong. Like I said to Jay, his calories were low in his defense. But, you know, I had a reason. It probably pissed me off that. No, I'm joking.
No, I think I started that prep too fat, so my calories had to be that low for me to get to where I wanted to be. But as a result of that, it was just too difficult, I think.
Yeah, it's needs and must. And, you know, when I look at things from an objective, you know, if Jamie's in a good position with a good coach now, don't get me wrong, and I think it's the best decision he's made. I said that to him. But if his calories weren't that low, would he have then made that transition? I think Jamie, I'll say it now, he looks better than he did under me. I'm very honest. You look the best you've looked, I think. But I'm honest, like I say, no bullshit. And if his calories weren't low, he'd probably be the same under me. He's developed because he's done movements that, you know, you don't do, you've adapted, you've changed a lot. So in that aspect, you know what, it's a good thing they was too low because it forced him to change.
Yeah, it's also that everything happens for a reason as well. You know?
Everything happens for a reason. And, you know, you got to think, you know, he was about 10 weeks out and his calories were lower than I would have someone. But, you know, with different approaches, like in my head, I was like, get him ready early, feed him into the show. But that don't work for everyone. And I learned from that. I was like, you know, that works for me, but it don't work for everyone. Some people want to come in just on time. But, you know, that's my fault there because I'm like, oh, shit, this is his first prep. You know, just get him in on time, which I should have been rather than get him early. But no, calories do get low, but then it's the extremes of what, mate, I've done diets where I've been on 900 calories.
I think the issue was as well, like I said, I was starting this prep, probably 22% body fat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it was, although 16 weeks sounds like a long period of time, it's not that long when you're trying to go from 22% to 4%.
But now you're ultimately in a better start point. So like I say, better start point, better end point. And, you know, your food will be starting higher now. So and there's many things. But no, his calories were low at that point. I'll be the first to admit it. But, you know, I had my reasons. He had his. He also had, you know, the external pressures we spoke about early doesn't help.
Yeah.
You know, when other guys, you know, are typically bigger than you start thinking, fucking, my food too low. So it's one of the things, they were low at that point, but, you know, I had a method in my madness. We didn't get to see it, but we will see Jamie on stage in 2021.
Yeah.
Right, let's all say a massive prayer, yeah, because we got to get behind Jamie on this. You know, it's been a long time coming. If you're watching, you know, drop a video like to make sure Jamie gets on stage. You've heard this now. Next year, if Manza does not get on stage, yeah.
Off the podcast.
No podcast, mate.
I'm done. I'm out, bro.
No, but like, I think obviously it's a shame that, you know, you have gone through some preps that haven't worked out and all this stuff. But on the plus side of it, I think, you know, when you do eventually step on stage, whether it's I'm not being a dickhead. If it's next year or next century, the package that you bring will obviously, because it's being prolonged, will have a lot more muscle.
You'll fucking cherish the moment because you've finally done it as well. You appreciate the moment.
You'll have literally a breakdown on stage. Oh, I've fucking done it.
I think as well, experiencing prep from, obviously I experienced the way Neil Cranwell prep, which was just fucking weird. I've experienced your prep, obviously, and now I'm going to experience the way Cuba prep.
Yeah.
I'm going to find out which way works best for me.
Yeah, you know,
if none of them work for me, then it's not for me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but at least you've tried and refined. So don't ever think, so Danny, next question. No more Manza questions.
Right, question. Let's go.
Yeah, you ask it. Otherwise, he's
gonna. What do you do when a movement won't progress any further? A rep stall each session.
Swap it.
When movements don't progress, but I then refine the form.
Okay, fine. Would you swap the movements out, or would you continue?
Yeah, so if I plateau at a flat bench, I then go to an incline dumbbell.
Okay, fine.
And prioritize that, progress that, and then typically when you go back, within a few weeks, you still start progressing. So don't get married to one movement. If you fucking plateau at it, there's 50 chest machines. Use a different one.
Yeah.
Right. Another one. I want to hear your point of view on this one. This is quite an interesting one. Cheat meals or planned refeeds?
Oh, I know who asked you that.
Off-season cheat meals.
Yeah.
Plan the refeeds if you can't control yourself.
Yeah.
If you can control yourself, have a cheat meal, get back to plan, have a cheat meal. It depends on the individual.
I think this is the issue with a lot of people is the lack of self-control. Obviously, if you have no emotional attachment to food and you can just switch off and switch on, then you're fine. But 95% of people, I think, can't switch off. Actually, no, probably not 95%. But once they start eating, then
they can't. End of the day, I pulled up a client, I won't mention who.
Yeah.
Put up a service cheat meal. I said, that's a buffet banquet, bro.
Yeah.
12 Krispy Kremes and 4 packs of cookies is not a cheat meal.
That builds an unhealthy relationship with food.
Yeah, you know, have it your last meal, go to bed. And don't quote me on this, but I typically think females respond better off a structured refeed, personally.
Yeah. I also think as well, like, forgive me if this sounds sexist, but it's a lot of the time females have the unhealthier relationships with food.
Oh, it's true, because when I'm giving a female a cheat meal, you know, unless you're super lean in a bikini girl, I'm like, you don't warrant enough muscle to need these calories or put them to use.
Yeah.
You don't need the 5 guys and 2 large fries, unless you're super peeled, because you don't warrant enough muscle tissue to replenish these glycogen stores. So my opinion is, for females personally, females, I would like to give you a structured refeed. For males, if you can control yourself, a nice cheat meal. If you can't, a very high carb plate on food sources. I know digest well with you.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, obviously, Jamie can relate on when you're coached by yourself, Jase, what you give us one off-plan meal a week, sometimes two, depending on the individual. Obviously, everyone's different. Like, now, obviously, I'm not here to stir shit, but for me, my off-plan meals, normally, they're very, very controlled. So I'll go in the kitchen and I'll make eggs and bacon for my off-plan. Or I have sushi. I don't tend to have pizza, 4 Krispy Kremes, 4 Domino's, 4...
Oh, that's me. That's me.
This is what I needed to kick myself out of, I think.
No, it's just you get, you know, I went to the bar and Jay was like, I have a cheat meal. I did like burger and chips. He was like, no, you need to eat, so you can't eat. I was like, what? But it's just dependent on every person. But, you know, it's like you know, you don't get in a mindset of you're like, it's a mindset of, I'm not going to eat this again, so let me cram it all in. But, you know, sometimes that has an adverse effect. You know, you wake up the next day, you're sluggish or you're lethargic or you don't want your meal one or your digestion's not great. So it's actually, you know, you're not eating that meal one. You're actually you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. But it may happen to the best of us, mate. My first ever prep, I used to eat Oreos like they were going out a day.
I think this is quite relatable. Where I sort of struggled, I think, on prep was I'd spend the whole week thinking about that meal at the end of the week. That it just completely ruined the fun of my prep.
Yeah, no, it does.
That's because of my unhealthy relationship with food, which I did have, and I've accepted that now, and I can see why I had an unhealthy relationship with food, and it's taken me a while to correct that. But I literally spent the whole week just thinking about that one meal, and that's not a healthy way to live, I think.
It's habits, isn't it? Like the same way it takes to build them, it takes double the time to get out of them. So obviously you're out of it now, but no, I think this year, like I believe Cuba will give you off-plan meals if you're not, like you said. But what the positive is here, you've realised the issue and you're working on it.
Yeah,
that's the thing. But no, I tend to say, you know, if you're close to a show, it's safer to do a refeed, but
definitely.
If a male, just control yourself. But you know, some guys I'm seeing 12 Krispy Kremes, 4 packs of donuts. I'm like,
that's not.
The body's just not going to digest that.
Toddler's tea party. What are you doing?
I remember when Rob prepped me, he used the same approach as Jase. He got me ready like 3 or 4 weeks early, 2 weeks early. I was peeled.
Fed you in.
And then literally, it was like, but on my peak week, mate, I must have had 6 burgers.
Yeah.
And then,
no, sometimes you can just, when you're leaner, you utilize food a bit more. Your sensitivity is greater.
I was so paranoid. I'd be like, Rob, can I have a bit of tomato sauce? Will this like ruin my prep? It's so funny. And there's people out here doing like 20 Krispy Kremes. I'm worried about a drip of tomato sauce, you know.
But I think if your temptation, sorry, go on.
No, go on, sorry.
If your temptation is your off-plan meal to smash 20 Krispy Kremes, then you shouldn't be doing a prep. And that's what I've realised. I think I probably wasn't ready.
I prefer to, like, don't get me wrong, I go, when I was in the bar, James, like, eat 50 sushi rolls. I was like, what the fuck?
Sushi is pretty low calorie, you know what I mean? Like,
no, 50's a lot, bruv. I've done 20. 50's a madness.
Hey, you see the platter, like, I got a picture. It's like, no, that was like, have a dessert, you'll be full, go to bed. But, you know, I'd rather eat 50 sushi rolls because the nutritional value is better.
Exactly.
I normally say, if you're going to fucking have a big meal, go to TGI, have fucking 2 steaks and 2 large chips, because the nutritional value is better than eating 16 cookies.
Exactly.
That's exactly my point.
I'd say if you're going to have a big cheat meal, prioritize the nutritional value first and then the sugar after.
Yeah.
Whereas people going out, having a cheat meal, just having a fucking creams or whatever, I'm like, bro, you're missing the point.
What's that going to do for you? It's not going to digest well. It's going to give you the shits.
Fats are typically what are going to keep you full and bursting and slow digest over the week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that's my take. I've never not done a prep without a cheat meal all the way to a week out, so I'm very lucky.
It's gonna be interesting because obviously Cuba doesn't believe in a cheat meal. It's more sort of the plan refeed. I mean, he gives out that burger and chips to clients.
Yeah, which is equally as nice if you get fucking GBK homemade gourmet burgers from Waitrose.
Yeah, exactly. So it's still a cheat meal, but I guess it's just.
But it's food you're used to, and he knows you're going to digest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what you and Cuba do. I think the look that you posted the other day on the gram, man, like I was like,
I said that. Yeah. I think I was meant to I was meant to film with Cuba just before lockdown.
Yeah.
So I need to get that in the books. That'll be a good session. Should be good.
Savage. We need to do a collab. Jase versus Dan Hacks. Come on.
Yes, we need to.
We need to get a session in together as well. That would be good.
Now on a contract, so I get 7 videos a month.
That's
How much you paying him? If you don't mind me asking.
I'll DM you. He's good. You see the visuals he did today.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's the cheapest in the game. What you pay for 2 videos, you get 7 out of him. I'll tell you that he's on a 7-video contract and it's under £1,000. So
that's not bad.
He's awesome. He's just very underrated and not known. So I just said it's time to get you out there.
Yeah, because that's what happens, man. People use flipping Magic Eye Media blew up because of Jordan. Rebecca Andrews blew up.
That's it. Like, I used him yesterday, got him on a contract. Gab Gibson's on a contract. Rob's on a contract today. And, he's got 4 pieces of work, monthly paid work now. So just the way the industry works. So, and I'm excited. I've never really tried to put out training content, so it should be good.
Yeah.
We're doing a collab. Let's do it.
Really?
It would be good for us three to get a session in together.
I'm keen. I've got 7 videos to use, and there's only so much shit I can talk, so I need to train.
We'll do it. Let's do it.
Let's do a high volume day.
What drops everything?
Like, I want to see what it's like. It's never what I've trained like at all. So
Dry.
People say, high volume. It's progressive overload, and then when you stop at 6 reps to a drop set, and that's the hard bit.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, my top set was 70s, and then I went into 30s, and I wouldn't normally do that. So I've still got that progressive overload. It's just a crazy way to train. But I might not be with Jamie for life. I might be with someone else in the future. Whatever their method is, it's like, I'm just like, I've employed you. I'll do what you say.
Yeah.
That's I think I told yesterday, I said, I'm just a puppet. I pay you. You do what you need to do, and I just follow it. And I look back at the end and I say, that worked or that didn't work, and go from there.
Yeah, that's cool. Right, let's wrap it up. Big thanks for coming on, dude. It's been fun.
Thank you very much.
Who's winning the Olympia?
I think flex. Okay, so here's my top 3. Here's my top 3. Okay, is Sean coming back? Probably, maybe. Sean. The problem is if Big Ramy comes in, absolutely dies. Big Ramy kills everyone.
No.
You don't think?
He's too big for bodybuilding. There's a reason he's never in the top 2.
You reckon?
Too big for body. The guys that are beating him are 50 pounds lighter. It's not a size game. William Bonac 230 on stage.
Yeah.
Beating guys at 290. Ifbb Ian 290 dead last. Josh Lewis gets 300 pounds. Them guys that are over 260, they're all fucking out the top 10.
Yeah.
You got to look at it like that. It's a lines game. I think Flex is the best put together bodybuilder on the planet.
What, the best Flex?
Yeah. And, he's beat Hayley Chopan that's come second, so that says a lot.
Oh, man. To me, I remember when the Olympia happened and obviously Hattie turned up, and I think proportionately, genetically, Flex just fucking crazy. Like,
frequent. It's a business. Flex is a ticket seller, Hayley can't speak a word of fucking English. How are you going to sell tickets to India?
Who's your top 3, champ? Who you got?
Flex.
Winning. You got Flex winning.
Yeah, I just got Flex first, second, and third. He's all 3.
Yeah. The dream.
Well, we don't know who's really doing it, really, so I'm just going to go with Flex.
Yeah, I think Brandon's out of it. I don't think it's going to be a repeat, unfortunately.
It's open, isn't it?
I think it is pretty open, man. Since Phil got dethroned, it's a pretty open.
I would be honest, when I was at Oxygen and I saw Dasha, he did look very freaky.
Dasha's, crazy.
I don't know if you're going to prep again, so.
Whatever.
No, I mean, for this Olympia, I'm not sure if we'll do it. I'm not sure what he's doing, so.
Yeah, I think it's sad though, man, because I think if Luke was still in the game,
it'd be in the mix. People say Luke come dead last. It was first Olympia. People put external pressure.
He came 11th. He wasn't even dead last.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? It's external pressure again.
Yeah.
From the UK.
Yeah.
I think he would have. I think over the years he could have been
Without a doubt.
very
Without a doubt.
dangerous threat.
James looking freaky.
Hollingshead, yeah, mad.
Freak. He's yours doing magic.
His back is crazy. The progress
We'll
is
wrap it up there because I'm starving.
Yeah, I'm bloody hungry.
Got
Cool,
some
man.
chicken, rice, and fruit.
Right, who's winning the Arnold's next year?
Don't
I'm
Please.
messing. I'm messing. Right, guys.
Right.
Thanks for watching, Jase. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on.
Right.
Always welcome back. And
Pleasure.
yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We will see you in the next episode. Like, comment, subscribe in a bit, guys. Peace.
Yeah, peace.
Take care, guys.